J-Lo. Wow.
Oh yeah, J-Lo. What's going on with that?
Nice, isn't it? Isn't it
Yeah, you
nice?
showed me that picture. I was completely unaware. She's looking pretty good.
Looking pretty good for a 51 year old. Let's call her 50s. Woman in her 50s.
51.
51. Let's not age J-Lo because I still remember when we grew up with J-Lo. If that really makes me happy and sad all at once. Happy we grew up with her. They want to cancel J-Lo because they're saying that she is body shaming people who cannot attain that body of a 50-year-old.
What? That doesn't.
That's how we found it on Twitter. Actually, I had no idea she had posed like that, right? And they were like, well, they want to cancel her. And I was kind of reading it, and I'm like, wait a sec. And like some of the people that are doing it, like the E-Nows and the E-Talks and all these guys, like they're the same ones that praised wet ass pussy. And I think it's true. I think I'm reading it wrong because I'm like, well, one, you could just like, you want to make women stronger. You want to make them like, this is okay to how to state your body. And I'm like, okay, like I'm not a fan of that song. Like, but to me, it's just, I don't like the song. I don't like the people singing it. But at one point with J-Lo, I'm like, dude, you don't have, not a lot of people have that much time on their hands to get the J-Lo body. Like I'm assuming she puts a lot of time in the gym.
Mm-hmm.
And she watches she's always watched what she's eaten. She's always been fit.
Well, I mean, she's been a dancer for, like 30 years. So I'm sure she's
more than that. Oh, more than that, dude. I think she got her break in her 20s when she was, how old was she when she did Selena? Like 19, 20? Yeah. And she was a backup dancer before that on In Living Color.
Yeah. So there you go. She's been dancing her whole life. She knows, dancing burns a lot of calories, gets you in shape. Good for her, man. She's looking banging.
She looks great.
I don't think that this is like, to be honest, it's almost body shaming her to say that she's body shaming other people because she's showing off her body and they're shaming her for that. Like it's so ass backwards.
It's like, hey, you can be an independent woman, burn your bra, don't wear your pants, wear underwear, do whatever you got to do. Don't ever post a naked photo of yourself at the age of 51.
Don't ever be attractive. We're not allowed to do that.
You're not allowed to do that. This beard makes me look like Grizzly Adams. Jesus Christ.
Grizzly Adams did have a beard.
Mm.
No, but okay, let's stay on topic here. So she's posting a picture of her that is attractive, and that's body shaming people who are unattractive?
I guess so.
I can't wrap my head around that. That's, to me, they're just body shaming her. They're body shaming her for posting an attractive picture.
Correct.
That's the only way that I can see it is you're coming down on her for posting a picture of herself. You're body shaming her.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like, okay, who cares? Don't look at it. Move on.
Yeah, move on.
Move on, man. Because that's great.
An unattainable standard of attractiveness.
No, and I agree with you 100%. I agree with them 100%. Like, that's unattainable for the average person. Correct. But if there's something you want to do and work for, you can get that body. You just have to put the time in. Yeah, like, you can't sit on the couch and eat potato chips and watch Netflix.
No.
Like, you can't watch Netflix and get that. Unless you're on a treadmill and you're running and you're watching what you're eating. That's it.
I agree. So people are upset because I don't know. It just doesn't sound right to me.
Now, do we not have it worse off as men towards women? And I know I'm going to get eaten alive for that.
Do we have it worse off as men towards women? What do you mean?
Like we're body shamed more than women are.
Are we body shamed more than women are? I don't know if I would say that.
Adam, when was the last time you seen a calendar? When was the last time you seen a calendar of dad bods?
I'm sure there's one that exists. What I will say is that when we're talking about the standard of beauty for men versus the standard of beauty for women, I think that, and I'm going to be a little bit careful here, it might be a little bit easier for a woman to achieve the standard of beauty for a woman than it is for men to look like the 240-pound guy with 3% body fat, kind of the guy who's clearly on steroids and doing altering his own health in an unhealthy way to get to be that hulking guy with a very super low body fat percentage.
I agree with you 100%, man, because you know what? And I know women fight with their bodies, but so do men.
Mm-hmm.
Like they go, yeah, look at this guy. Like, look at Chris Hemsworth with the biopic for Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
That guy's shredded now, and that's all steroids. And we're like, oh, he looks great. I'm like, guys, that's steroids. Mm-hmm. Same with Captain America. You know, he's running in a white t-shirt in the first Captain America. There's no way that guy's never been that big.
Same with The Rock.
The Rock, yeah. No, The Rock's clean.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure he is, you know. But I mean, it's just like that's the stuff that we have to do for that, right? And then whenever the guy loses or gains a little weight, like Leo gets body shamed, like, Leo has dad bod. He's like, yeah, look at my 21-year-old model. Probably that's too old for him. I think it's 18, but I mean, that's neither here nor there, right?
There was probably like 15 years ago now, probably. Fucking that picture of Vin Diesel, and everybody's going, oh, he's out of shape. What a loser.
Dude, yeah, because we got to put stuff, and if he doesn't want to put stuff in his body, then he's already at a loss, right?
Yeah.
Like if you want to put natural stuff in your body, then you can go ahead and do so. But if you're not going to do that, like if you're going to take steroids, like you can get real big real quick, right?
Yeah. So I think we agree is that it's hard to achieve that standard of beauty for both sexes, but I think for men to get to that peak, but you know what? I will say that women have it a little bit better because men, it's okay to have a dad bod. You don't have to hit that high standard. You know, the standard is higher for men. The high standard is higher, a little bit harder to achieve for men, but I think that what's acceptable for men is pretty low too. Do we agree on that?
Yes, I agree with you 110%.